Hey, what's up, Spencer? My name is everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My birthday weekend just passed, so obviously I went out and bought myself a shit ton of books, so I am going to be sharing that here with you guys today. I did end up getting some vlog clips over the weekend while I was doing all of that, but not really anything to like fully constitute an actual vlog, so I feel like I'll probably just put those clips in here now for you guys. Like I said, I went out and I got a whole bunch of different stuff, and now I am going to share those books and everything else that I got with you here now. Also, in case you're wondering, it is my 30th birthday. I turned 30.
Oh fuck. Oh, how am I 30?
Awesome. Great. I have many feelings about that. So we're going to start off actually with some gifts that my friend gave me, because my friend Haley is actually incredible at giving gifts, and so she always ends up picking out the best things to give me. Starting off with all 5 seasons of the sci-fi show Merlin. I absolutely love this show, and we are currently in the middle of watching through it together. This is a show that follows the Arthurian legends, except the difference about this is that instead of Merlin being like some crotchety old man who lives in the woods, he's actually a young servant boy who comes to Camelot, and he is the servant of Prince Arthur, and he has to do all of these things to try and make it so that Arthur succeeds as a king, while also not letting anybody know that he has magic, because magic is totally illegal, and if anybody knows, he will be killed. This is such a great show. The homosexual subtext in it is heavy and fun and hard. I also really like the humor in this show. It definitely goes back and forth between Merlin and Arthur absolutely like shitting on each other and being so mean to each other, while also valuing each other more than anybody else. It's a very interesting dynamic. It is very... And I don't know if you could fully call it enemies to lovers, because it's not like they ever stop beating each other up. They're always mean to each other no matter what, but either way, it's a fun watch. Next up, she got me this shirt from my favorite game, Detroit Become Human. You probably can't see it very well. I'll try and put in like an extra clip in which you will be able to see it better, but it is Hank and Connor walking sumo, and it is just such a cute picture of them together. I really ship these two. They're one of my top. I also suggest playing the game Detroit Become Human. It's a very interesting, fun game where every decision that you make impacts the rest of the game. There's like 56 different endings, and it's all about androids gaining autonomy and trying to earn rights as like fully functional living things. I almost said human beings. They're not human beings, they're androids. Next up, we have a pair of Dungeon Meshi socks. Here's Phelan. We got a little bit of Chill Chuck on the back. Love Dungeon Meshi, an anime about eating monsters, and it's super wholesome. Definitely. It never goes to anywhere dark. Not at all, ever. It starts out really cute, but it definitely goes into some, I don't want to say horrific places, but some kind of messy places. And the conversations that are had in this anime slash manga are vastly different than the conversations that are being had in literally any other. Next up, we have this Super cute. Avatar: The Last Airbender bookmark. Very simple and goes well with the fact that the live action just came out, even though I did not like the live action. I recently rewatched the animated one, and it's definitely 1,000 times better than the new one. And the last gift that my friend Haley got me is this Miraculous Ladybug sticker book. She just knows that I really like Miraculous Ladybugs, so when she was at the store and saw all of these stickers, she decided to get them for me. I can't wait to never use these and just keep them with me forever until I die. All right, let's move on to what I got from ARC. You guys probably saw in my vlog clips that I went to the thrift store. I didn't get any books at the thrift store. I just didn't see anything I was vibing with, but I did get quite a few DVDs because I am trying to bulk up on my physical media collection because streaming ain't shit right now. So first off, I have the original X-Men, the very first X-Men movie that was made. Then we have Spider-Man 3, the one with the best and most awesomest scene with Tobey Maguire, in which he definitely isn't cringe at all. The Princess Bride, an incredible classic. And I also got Mean Girls because the remake recently came out, the musical one. I watched a couple of reviews of it. It does not seem good. I am not going to be going to see it. I just rewatched this one instead because why watch a shitty remake when you can just watch the better original? And the last thing that I got from the thrift store is the first 4 seasons of SpongeBob. Yes! Classic SpongeBob is so great. I don't know what they're doing with new SpongeBob, but it is not good. I don't know if you've seen some of the episodes that have been coming out recently, but it is... Modern media is so poor in so many ways now. Anyway, that's all that I got at the thrift store. So let's actually jump into books. Let's get into what I actually got when I went to Barnes & Noble. I spent like $150 at Barnes & Noble. The cashier like kind of low-key called me out. He was like, "Do you have a membership? I hope you have a membership. You better have a membership because you are buying a lot of books right now." The first one being Manly Appetites Volume 2, Minigishi Loves Otsu by Mito. This is a cute, grumpy sunshine, kind of enemies to lovers manga in which Otsu really doesn't like Minigishi because he thinks that he's just too handsome and too nice, and he's like super suspicious of that. But Minigishi really likes him, and they bond a lot over snacks and food and just have a good time eating things together. It's so funny because like everybody in the office is like, "You guys are in a relationship?" And Otsu's like, "No, he just cooks for me every single day, you know, like a girlfriend, but he's not my girlfriend." It's just cute to see a manga where people are just in love and sharing food together and just having a wholesome time. Can you guys stop barking, please? Do you not see that I'm in the middle of something? Lila, don't be eating my food. I got shit going on here. I'm sorry. All right, the next books that I got, because I said that I like Miraculous Ladybug, I actually found the Miraculous Ladybug mangas, Volume 1 and 2. I didn't realize that they were available in America. I seen these online. I had not seen these in store. And so when I saw them, I absolutely had to get them. Miraculous Ladybug is a PG rated show. It's definitely kind of a PBS level show. It's on Disney. It's a very young Disney show. And yet at the same time, this show has some of the like worst parental abuse or abuse from a parent that I've ever seen. Like the psychological abuse that some of the characters in here go through is so much harder than some of the stuff that I have seen in like adult media. Oh my God, Adrian, babe, I love you. Oh, my sweetie, my little heart. Oh. Next up, I have Rainbow Days by Minami Mitsuno. This is about a group of 4 boys who are all friends, and they want to find love, and I think that the setup is that they're going to be that they all fall in love with each other, but I don't know. I can't tell. The back was too vague. But I'm hoping that that's what's happening. It's called Rainbow Days, And I hope that that means that they're just all going to be gay for each other. I'll have to read it and find out. Next up, we have the manga Manner of Death by Ukare Umemoto. And this is about a coroner who comes to a crime scene where a woman has been murdered, and he rules that it was a murder. But that night, the guy who they think murdered her, like, breaks into the coroner's house and is like, absolutely not. I didn't do that. You have to help me find out who actually did do it. I was really drawn to the cover. I really like the subtle homoeroticism of them threatening each other with weapons. I have no idea if this is going to be gay in any way, but that's what made me pick this up. The next manga that I got is I Don't Know Which Is Love by Tomoshi Uko. This is a manga about a girl who goes to college and she wants to get a girlfriend for the first time, but her issue is that every girl that she meets is super cute and she develops a crush on them. So I think there ends up being like 5 different girls that she ends up crushing on, and the whole series is, I guess, her just trying to figure out which girl she should date, which seems just cute and fun. All right, and the last manga that I grabbed was Twilight Out of Focus Volume 2 by Gianome. This is a boys love manga novel series where each of them are kind of like a standalone. It each follows different boy couples, but they all like go to the same school, so you'll see the same characters like in the other books. So they're all like companion novels to each other, I guess. So I read the first one, thought that it was cute. A lot of the characters seem to be a part of the drama/AV club, and that's kind of what gets them together, is they all go to a boys only school. So when they want to film like a romance movie, because they don't really have any girls at the school, they have to do like gay romance or something like that, which obviously is going to spark some feelings. All right, now moving on to actual like physical print English books. First off, I have Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. I ended up picking this one up because I was wandering around the store and I realized that I was picking up the other 2, that this is a trilogy. I picked up the other 2 and was interested in them before realizing that they were not the first book in the series and like put them down. So I was like, okay, clearly I am drawn to the cover art. I am drawn to the title. I'm drawn to the little bits that I am getting from the back. I should probably just grab the first one. And the description says, brothers Emil and Brighton grew up idolizing the Spellwalkers, vigilantes who use supernatural powers to protect New York from the Bloodcasters, a gang that steals their abilities from magical creatures. Lately, though, Emil wants no part in the battles, but Brighton constantly tries to capture the attention for his social media channels. Then Brighton is attacked, and Emil fights back with mysterious phoenix powers, thrusting them into the middle of a war. The Spellwalkers recruit a resistant Emil to save the country, but it's Ness, a shape-shifting rogue bloodcaster who knows what Emil's heart wants, if he can be trusted. What's undeniable is that the brothers are faced with the fact that one of them has to do what it takes to be a hero, but it's not the one who desperately wants it. So yeah, sounds pretty intriguing. Next up, we have The Changeling by Victor LaValle. The description for this one says, when Apollo Quagga's father disappeared, he left his son a box of books of strange recurring dreams. Now Apollo is a father himself, and he and his wife Emma settle into their new lives as parents. Exhaustion and anxiety start to take toll. Apollo's old dreams return, and Emma begins acting odd. At first, Emma seems to be exhibiting signs of postpartum depression, but before Apollo can do anything to help, Emma commits a horrific act and vanishes. My guess is that she's going to kill the kid. That's what my guess is. Thus begins Apollo's quest to find a wife and child who are nothing like what he imagined. His odyssey takes him to a forgotten island, a graveyard full of secrets, a forest where immigrant legends still live, and finally back to a place he thought he had lost forever. The next book that I grab is All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. This is a memoir, and I just kind of ended up grabbing it based on the cover and some of the vibes I was getting from it, because there isn't really a description on the back. There's only like quotes in the part here, but I was still kind of vibing with it enough that I was like, you know what? I'll probably pick this up and check it out. It's the number 2 most banned book in America, so it's got to be saying something if, for some reason, it's the number 2 most banned book in America. Next up, we have All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue. Dropping shit over here. And the description for this one says, when attention-hungry Maeve Chambers finds a dusty pack of tarot cards at school, she soaks up the celebrity that comes with giving eerily accurate readings to her classmates. When Lily O'Callahan, Maeve's former best friend, who she betrayed last year, is finally goaded into sitting for a reading, she selects a card that shouldn't be there at all. 2 days later, she disappears. Consumed by guilt, Maeve teams up with beautiful, sophisticated classmate Fiona and sexy, mysterious Ro, Lily's older sibling, to try to find her lost friend. But as the three combine their unnatural talents to bring Lily back, they must face the dark forces keeping her trapped before she's lost forever. So that sounded pretty interesting, and I'm really liking the cover art here. The cover art is really compelling. I really like the line weight that we got going on and the background for this one. And last but not least, we have Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I have never read a Brandon Sanderson before. His books are really thick and sci-fi, and a lot of them relate to each other, and I found them kind of intimidating, which is why I haven't picked anything up by him yet. However, I've heard a lot of people talk about this one. This is kind of like a fantasy pirate one, I believe, and that's why I figured this might be a good starting place for me. Especially because it's not like a massive chonker book. I'm not really somebody who's into like 800-page fantasy sci-fi novels. I know other people are really into. There are people who are super into Priory of the Orange Tree, and that book is like 900 pages. I couldn't do it. DNF from me. Just too long. Anyway, the description on this one says, the only life Tress has ever known on her island home in an emerald's green ocean has been a simple one, with the simple pleasures of collecting cups brought by sailors from faraway lands and listening to stories told by her friend Charlie. But when her father takes him on a voyage to find a bride and disaster strikes, Tress must stow away on a ship and seek the sorceress of the deadly midnight sea. Amid the spore oceans where pirates abound, can Tress leave her simple life behind and make her own place sailing a sea where a single drop of water means instant death? Wait, it's just sailing. Are we sailing on like an acid sea or something like that? That's interesting. That's cool. All right, so that was my birthday book and other things vlog. Thank you so much if you have gotten to this part of the video. If you've watched all the way through, I really appreciate it. If you have, you are legally required to wish me happy birthday in the comments, so you better scroll down and do that right now. If you like this video, then make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more like it. But besides that, blah, 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 obligatory YouTube outro. Make sure to stay safe and have a fantastic day. Bye.